You got a quarterback in Baker Mayfield who's 21-28, threw for 321 yards. He did have the interception, but that's okay. They can grow from this. It's not all gloom and doom at all. You learn from your mistakes. You go back to the well. Next time you see the Kansas City Chiefs, you will do things way different. I've been in these situations where teams were out-coached us, outplayed us, and when we saw them a second or third time around, guess what? We took them to the woodshed. So if Cleveland were to see Kansas City in the playoffs, I probably would put my money on the Cleveland Browns to take care of business against Kansas City. I wouldn't do it in week 1, though.
Nick Chubb got to hold on to that ball third quarter. It was a critical fumble. And then special teams. I mean, those are little plays that just come back to haunt you if you're the Browns.
And you fix that, though.
Yes.
Next time you see them, you know, okay, we made some mistakes here. Okay, we did that there. It's simple and easy. They will see them again, and it might just be in the playoffs.
17 straight seasons without winning the opening game for the Browns. 17
So who should they schedule?
straight seasons.
Atlanta.
17
Detroit, Atlanta, one of those two teams.
Schedule my Giants. That'll fix it.
That maybe schedule the Giants or the Jets.
Keyshawn, JWill and Max, presented by Progressive Insurance. All guests join us on the Goodyear Hotline. Now it's time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Let's stay on this game, guys. Early on in that game, it looked like it could be a blowout the way the Browns were running the ball, the way that but Patrick Mahomes is on the other side. And even in the Super Bowl last year, I was thinking, I don't know, is there a way he can come back in this game? Because it's Mahomes. And he had that crazy play where he sidearms it all the way down the field behind the defender. I mean, did you think the Chiefs were out of the game at any point, Key?
Nope, not at all. I always felt like Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, we just talked about adjustments. They were going to make the necessary adjustments. It just took them a minute to figure out exactly what Cleveland was doing with their offense on the defensive side. Once they started to understand some of the things that they were doing, the stunts, the games, the twists, they was able to pick it up and realize, oh, okay, we can do this with Kelsey. We can put Patrick on the perimeter on the run, give him a two-way go. All of those sort of things, you make those adjustments, and now all of a sudden you right back in the game. And now Cleveland gets tight because they wasn't expecting that, and then the rest is history. You roll up and you get the W. And they did all this. The Cleveland Browns played well even without OBJ. Now, OBJ in the lineup, it may change slightly, but I don't think it changed that. It wouldn't be that significant to get them over the hump because, again, the Chiefs are there. Cleveland's trying to get there.
Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator for the Browns, has been considered to be on a hot seat for a little bit for the way they played last year, too. Defensively, this team kind of break it down, what you saw them do in the second half. But I walked away watching that game, Key, asking myself a big question. Like, why was Tyreek Hill in single coverage? Like, at one play, I think we were up 9 late in the game, had him saying, like, Patrick Mahomes made like a 75-yard pass. It was a deep pass, single coverage by himself, and it was just gone. And the game just felt like it got out of reach at that time.
Well, that's game planning, and that's adjustments, and that's knowing exactly what coverage they're going to be in. So you put the formation to dictate the coverage, and that's what they did. They found a matchup on one-on-one single coverage, and at the end, you know it's like, okay, we're going to get him matched up on this dude, but in order to get him matched up, we got to get in this certain personnel grouping. That way now we know exactly what it is, so Patrick will know, Tyreek will know, and we dial up the right play.
Let me pre-digest that for everyone. When Jay, which a lot of people think, which I think when I'm watching, hold up, you're covering the fastest land mammal with one dude, and Patrick Mahomes is throwing him the ball. Key, what you're saying is that doesn't happen by accident.
No.
That's a result of offensive strategy in terms of groupings, et cetera, to create single coverage on Tyreek Hill.
And it's not single coverage. It was a zone coverage, and what they did, all they did was run him across on a deep crosser, which allowed him to get up on the safety. So the corner passed him off to the safety, but they knew that the corner would pass him off to the safety based on the formation that they were in, which was stupid. You shouldn't.
So that's Reed and Bieniemy knowing that they got guys who can take advantage of the situation.
Absolutely. It's like, how can we get him matched up on the safety? Here's how. Put him on the left side. Let's run him on a deep crosser, because typically when a quarterback rolls to the right, the defender floats to the side the quarterback is going to. Now all of a sudden his eyes are off Tyreek. He goes to the safety. safety. I mean, once he's flat-footed, it's a wrap.
So, Jay, you and I, we were all texting and stuff, and the thought is, wait a minute, is that a crazy throw by Mahomes that could get picked, right? Like, is that a smart throw? And it seems like
the defender didn't even see the ball. He didn't even see the ball until
I text y'all back and said, no, that's a smart throw.
Yeah.
I text everybody. It was like, that's what he was. That's what he wanted to do. It wasn't like some freak of nature. That's what he wanted to do. He knew based on what he was doing where his receivers were going to be. He knows his offense. He knows a guy's here, somebody's coming on the backside on the deep crosser. So when my eyes tell me as a quarterback, I'm going from low to high. He's taught to go from low to high in these situations because the deep crosser has to develop. So as he's moving out of the pocket, Kelsey's in front of him, whoever else is on the sideline, all that trash is covered up. I'm taking my eyes off of that. I'm looking downfield. It's now developed. I'm going to heave it. I got my guy matched up on that guy, which is a safety. He's a duck. I'm getting ready to shoot him down.
And that, Jay, like, all that is true. And then Patrick Mahomes escaping pressure, running toward the sideline, throwing across his body like that, down the field.
Like a slingshot from the side, man. It's just
ridiculous.
You forget how special and talented he is. Like, I feel like this offseason, I guess just because their O-line was depleted last year, Key, all that talk about, hey, they retooled it. But it's still like when you see him, man, you're just like, damn, you never feel like they're out of the game when you got Patrick Houdini Mahomes.
I don't feel there's a handful of quarterbacks that, and we always have these arguments that are in this league that whether it's Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, as bad as Aaron Rodgers played, I still feel good about him. As old as Ben Roethlisberger played, I feel good about him. Those guys, I'm good with. I don't worry about anything. And obviously, terrific Tom is terrific Tom. We saw what he did with a minute 24 left on the clock against Cowboy Nation.
Physically, what Mahomes did, I think of Roger. I'm trying to think of who else physically is capable, not just of making that play one time, but of a dude where you're like, he can go ahead and do that, and I'm confident that consistently he's going to get that done. Rodgers, Mahomes, who else? Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.